As we move on here to race number 4, optional claiming on the Jimmy Durante turf course, a mile and a 16th here at Del Mar. Pretty solid field, to be honest. Who do you got here?
Yeah. Well, I looked at this race, and this is another race that it doesn't appear there's a whole lot of speed in here. A Cyclometer, he's a horse that can go towards the front, and Kingpin Rhino. But I think Kingpin Rhino is going to go ahead and take that lead, and I think Cyclometer is going to sit just off of him in second. Cyclometer, you look at his running lines, and last time he just ran against horses that he just wasn't as good as. Ran in the Triple Bend Handicap, Grade 1, he finished 6th by 8 lengths. So you can sort of cross that out. He's been pretty consistent. He ran on the turf a while back, and his last win actually came in a mile on the turf. This is a mile and a 16th, but I think Cyclometer, I think he's going to be able to get the distance here, and I think he's going to get a perfect stocking trip for Mike Smith, and he's going to get first jump on those closers, and I think he's going to hold them off. Dreamcatcher is a closer. Gab Power is a closer. Huntsville is a closer. So is Ivanhoe. So you have 4 pretty deep closers here, and you got Cyclometer who can just sit off of Kingpin Rhino. Kingpin Rhino could be his target, and I think he's going to run a big race here. He's run some really nice speed figure numbers. He's a fast horse. He has tactical speed. Mike Smith, he's very picky about what horses he gets on, but he chooses to ride this horse again after riding him in the Triple Bend Handicap. That's another positive sign, and I think Cyclometer's ready to run a big race.
Yeah, Cyclometer became my second pick in this race, and reason being is because he pretty much was just simply outclassed in the Triple Bend. This is Triple Bend. He was just simply outclassed. He lost by 6 lengths in that race. Mike Smith sees fit to stay aboard here for Bruce Headley. The numbers have been really well, even though he has not won since it looks like last year at Hollywood Park, June 17th. Which is a little disconcerting, but I think he gets a nice, easy spot here. My top pick goes on the inside. I look for Gary Stevens to win here at Del Mar. I feel like I would never say that ever again, but you know what? I'm saying it right now. Gary Stevens is going to win at Del Mar in 2013. Never thought I'd say that, but I like Ivano on the inside. Stevens rode this horse last out on June 22nd. He lost by a neck, finished 3rd there. He lost to Hebe Fire and Ice, who I think we both can agree is a pretty nice horse. And he's been showing pretty good numbers his past 3 out. 89, 84, 94 Beyer. He's consistent. He always gets a late run going. I just hope there's enough speed, and I personally think there will be enough because I think I see Kingpin Rhino going out to the lead. Cyclometer, I think he's possibly best on the lead. So I kind of see those two dueling it out, and I think Cyclometer is better than Kingpin Rhino. That's why I ended up making Cyclometer my second choice, but I think Ivana will close and get the win here. Who's your second pick here?
Well, I looked at this race, and again, there isn't a whole lot of pace here, it appears. There's going to be – Kingpin Rhino set a relatively good pace. It's not going to be slow, but it's not going to be fast either. And I actually think that Dreamcatcher off the freshening here is going to get up for a piece of it late. He ran one of his best races, even though he did finish second. Only lost by a length to Barachi, who's a very nice horse. He's turning into a real nice horse. And I think John Sadler decided to freshen this horse for Del Mar, honestly. He gets a little bit of a layoff. He'd been running a hard campaign. So I think that he gave him a freshening just for Del Mar. Joel Rosario gets aboard. That's a big sign. And he's been running some nice races. And if he runs a race like he did last time, he's going to run on late again. So I think Dreamcatcher, I don't know necessarily if he's going to be able to get to the top winner. I just don't think there's enough pace for him to run at. But that being said, I think he can run another big race here. He broke his maiden here at Del Mar, so he likes this turf course. So I'm going to go with Dreamcatcher as my second choice.
Dreamcatcher. I would make Dreamcatcher my third choice if I was able to. I mean, he's going to be well freshened, but my issue is that he just can't get there in time, and he's going to get a shorter distance than he has in his recent races. He's been racing at 1 1/8, 1 1/4. But he did, like you said, he did win here on this Del Mar racetrack at this distance today. He won by a head with Bejarano, and it wouldn't surprise me if Dreamcatcher, won this race because John Sadler freshened him up. He has some. To me, looking at his workouts, they seem like he's just they're good. I like the workouts, and you almost convinced me there to make Dreamcatcher my second pick, but I'm gonna lay him off as my third pick in that race.